There are 5 texts that make a man think about you when you are not even texting him. Not games, not chasing. 5 texts that quietly flip a switch in his head, and most women go their whole lives never sending a single one of them. Number 4 is the one that makes him stop, scroll back up, and read it twice. So stay with me, because the order I give them to you in is the whole secret. If you have ever sent a text, watch those 3 little dots appear, then vanish, then nothing for 6 hours, and felt your whole stomach drop, this video is for you. Here is the part nobody tells you. The problem is almost never that he isn't interested. It's that the text you sent gave him nothing to feel. It was a question he could answer in one word and forget. The texts I'm about to give you do the opposite. Each one makes him feel something specific, and feeling is what makes a person unforgettable. I'm going to give them to you in the exact order you should use them. Lowest risk first, boldest last. Stick around to the end, because that 5th text is the most powerful one, and it completely backfires if you send it too early. Let's get into it. Text number 1. The specific callback. Instead of the dead on arrival, "How was your day?" you reference one exact thing he told you. Did that meeting with the difficult client go as badly as you were dreading? Here's why this works on a level he can't even explain. Most people half listen. They wait for their turn to talk. So when you remember the small, specific detail, his brain quietly registers, "She actually sees me." And that feeling, being truly seen, is one of the most addictive feelings there is. The mistake most women make is keeping it generic to seem easygoing, but generic is forgettable. The detail is everything. If he mentioned his sister's wedding, his big presentation, his dog being sick, that's your opening line. Text number 2, the open door. When you want to see him, you do not ask, "So, are we hanging out this weekend or not?" That puts him on the spot and makes him perform an answer. Instead, you paint a picture and leave the door open. "I'm hitting the farmer's market Saturday morning. It is exactly your kind of beautiful chaos." See what that does? There's no anxious question mark, no pressure. You've simply shown him a fun version of your life and left a gap he can step into if he wants. Men move toward the easy yes and away from the pop quiz. And if he doesn't take it that time, you've lost nothing, because you never actually asked. You just lived your life out loud and invited him along. Text number 3, and this one surprises people, so stay with me. You disagree with him. Lightly, warmly, with a smile behind it. Okay, that movie take is objectively criminal, and now I genuinely need to understand how your brain works. Here is the psychology. When you agree with everything a man says, you become pleasant, and pleasant is forgettable. A little friction, with obvious warmth underneath, turns you into a person he wants to win over. You become a challenge, in the best possible way, someone with her own taste and her own spine. Sameness is comfortable. A spark is memorable. The key word is playful. This is teasing, never criticizing. The second it tips into actually putting him down, you've lost it. Done right, it's the most charming text on this list. Text number 4. The one I promised would make him read it twice. And the reason most compliments fail is that they're about what a man looks like or what he does. Nice arms. Good job on the promotion. Those bounce right off because he's heard them before. This one lands because it's about his character, about who he actually is underneath. You have this way of making everyone in the room feel like the smartest person in it. I noticed you doing it again today, and it's genuinely rare. I promise you, he will stop and read that twice. Because men get complimented on what they do almost constantly, and on who they are, almost never. The moment you become the person who sees the real him, not the performance, you stop being one of many, and you become the exception. That is the text that lives in his head. Text number 5, and this is exactly why I told you it has to come last. You end a great conversation first, while it's still on a high. This was exactly what I needed tonight. Going to bed genuinely happy. Good night. Most people drag a good conversation out until it dies a slow, awkward death and the spark fizzles. You don't. You leave on the peak, and you leave him wanting the next one. It quietly signals a full life, real self-respect, and zero neediness, all in one line. But here is the warning. This only feels warm and confident if texts 1 through 4 built genuine connection first. Send a sign-off like this out of nowhere, with no warmth banked, and it doesn't read as confident. It reads as a brush-off. Earn it first. Then it's magnetic. Quick bonus, because this one mistake can quietly cancel out all 5 texts. Double, triple, quadruple texting when he goes quiet. One unanswered message is fine. It happens. But the chain of, hey, then, you there? Then, okay, clearly you're busy, tells him the temperature of your whole day depends on his reply. It hands him all the power without him doing anything. If he goes quiet, you go live your life and let the silence sit. 9 times out of 10, the calm is louder than the chasing. So here's the single thread tying all of this together. Notice that not one of these texts is about being more available to him. Every single one is about making him feel something specific. Seen, invited, challenged, truly admired, and then left wanting more. That is the entire difference between a text he answers out of politeness and a text he genuinely cannot stop thinking about. You don't need to be more available. You need to be more memorable. Now, if you want the exact words to use for the hardest situation of all, when he suddenly goes quiet for a few days and you have no idea why, I made a whole video breaking that down step by step. It's on the screen right now, and it is the perfect next watch after this one. And before you go, tell me down in the comments, which of these 5 are you sending first? Be honest, I read them, and I'll see you in the next one.